Today is Monday, February the 18th, and today the market was closed. But I want to show you where we left off Friday because there's really lots of important stuff on the 6 stocks that we've been looking at. For one thing, we've been looking at the S&P 500 in relation to the weekly. We always said that the weekly was resistance, and we had that 2 weeks ago that just hit the top of the weekly cloud and pulled back to a doji. Last week we broke through. Here is our Chiku span, and we are at resistance here at the Kijun Sen, and then the 50 is just above. So there's reason to believe that we might churn a little bit, but when we go to the daily, we get it confirmed by seeing here that the price is way out and above the cloud. I always said that flat clouds attract. This one pulled in a little bit, but it hasn't brought all the way down. But look at where the Chiku span is. The Chiku span is right at the top of the daily cloud. And that's really important resistance, so I expect it to play an important role in the next 2 days. Going to Apple. Apple continues to drift in the cloud. Absolutely nothing happening here. The Chiku span is drifting in a void here. Nothing happening on the weekly basis. We have no reason to believe that there's anything in the near term that's important with Apple, and I continue to say that I'm just selling puts 170 and 172.5, and I'm collecting premium, and I only have a very small number of shares in the single-digit 100s, but everything else is in short puts. Forget T, it's boring. Nothing happening here at all. Caterpillar on the weekly, nothing happening, well below the cloud. The Chiku span, see if we can highlight the Chiku span. The Chiku span has come up just below this candle, just getting resistance on this candle. So on a weekly basis, Caterpillar could be running into some resistance. It's still scheduled on this Gartley pattern to hit 150. On a daily basis, we have broken through the cloud, and of course we've had price above the cloud come down and test the flat cloud like we think the S&P might do, and then bounce off. This is typical experience of breaking through the cloud, coming back and testing any flat surface of the cloud, and then bouncing up. And now, through all of this, the Chiku span has worked its way up to break through the cloud. So Caterpillar is still a really good stock. So now after we see the daily, we go back and reconfirm the weekly, and the weekly still shows some upward potential up to 142 for its next resistance. Caterpillar is something that you should hold or to continue to add to in small amounts. Intel, I told you last week that on Monday or Tuesday I bought my first 25% position, and then on Thursday I bought a little bit more, so I'm now up to a half a position. And on a daily we see that we've broken the cloud. Sorry, this is the weekly. We've broken the cloud, and the Ichimoku has broken through the 200. All good signs, but where are we on the daily? Free and clear. So Monday, if we see an up day for Intel, I will be buying more Intel for my third position out of 4. WDC, we've broken into the gap that we had so much trouble with back in October. We've seen 1, rejection, 2, rejection, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times it's tried to break into this gap, always rejected. Now we've had 3 days inside, but we've come down to exactly the bottom of the gap. Gaps are really, really important when it comes to places where traders make decisions. On a weekly basis, the WDC just shows that it has a lot of room to run. Resistance right here on the 200 at 50.97. So that's the next place to look at Western Digital. It's still a stock that I own and am holding and am no longer covering with short calls. So that's where we are for our 6 stocks for this week. See you Tuesday night. Thank you.